This is Earth, the only home we've ever known. Everything we've ever loved, hated, hoped for, or feared has happened right here on this tiny rock, floating in a sea of darkness. But how tiny are we really? Let's zoom out. We begin with the moon, our first step into space. It looks close, right? Hanging there in the night sky like a glowing coin. But in reality, it's nearly 384,400 kilometers away. That's enough space to line up 30 Earth side by side. If you drove non-stop at 100 kilometers an hour, you'd still need about 160 days to reach it. And yet, between 1969 and 1972, 12 humans stood on its surface. No one's gone farther since. That's the limit of our physical reach, but not our imagination. Now imagine standing on Mars. From there, Earth isn't a world. It's a dot, a moving star in the sky. Depending on its orbit, Mars can be 225 to 400 million kilometers away from Earth. If we ever send humans there, they'll be nearly 1,000 times farther from home than the Apollo astronauts. Communication delayed. A single message takes 20 minutes one way. If something goes wrong, there's no real-time rescue, just silence. That's the cost of exploration. Distance and isolation. And yet, Mars is still in our backyard. Beyond Mars lies darkness, and drifting through that blackness is Voyager 1, launched in 1977. Right now, it's over 23 billion kilometers away, the farthest object ever sent. At one point, it turned around and took a photo of Earth from nearly 6 billion kilometers away. A pale blue dot. That's all we were, all we are. Carl Sagan said it best.
And you can see it looks like more than a dot, but it is in fact less than a pixel. You can see that it is slightly blue, and this is where we live.
That's here, that's home, that's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you've ever heard of, lived out their lives on a mote of dust, suspended in a sunbeam. Suddenly, every problem we fight over seems ridiculous. Now zoom out further into our home galaxy, the Milky Way. It's enormous, over 100,000 light years across, and it holds at least 100 billion stars, most with planets, most of which we'll never see. And all those stars you've seen in the night sky, they are just from our local neighborhood. Roughly 1% of what's in our Milky Way is visible to the naked eye. To us, our galaxy feels infinite, but it's only one. The Milky Way is part of a small collection of galaxies called the Local Group, about 50 galaxies bound by gravity. Zoom out and you'll hit the Virgo supercluster, home to thousands of galaxies. But even that is a tributary of something bigger, the Laniakea supercluster, a massive structure holding over 100,000 galaxies stretching across 520 million light years. Imagine a night sky filled with galaxies instead of stars. And now you realize we've only just started seeing them. Let's push everything aside and pull back to the observable universe. A sphere 93 billion light years across, containing an estimated 2 trillion galaxies. Each galaxy has hundreds of billions of stars, and each star's potentially its own solar system. The numbers break the brain. And yet, this is only what we can see. You see, the observable universe is just that, the observable. There's more beyond that, possibly infinitely more. But because space itself is expanding faster than light can travel. There are regions of the universe whose light will never reach us. Not in a billion years, not ever. That means even if humanity survives forever, there will be parts of the universe we will never ever know. Think about that. There are galaxies that exist right now that we will never ever see. Not because we aren't advanced enough, but because we are too late. Some physicists like Dr. Alan Guth proposed that the actual universe may be 150 sextillion times larger than the observable one. To imagine that, picture a light bulb that's the observable universe. Now place that light bulb in the center of Pluto and imagine everything else outside the light bulb is invincible and possibly eternal. That's where we live, inside the light bulb, surrounded by something we'll never touch. So, what do we do with this information? Some might say it makes life meaningless, but maybe it's the opposite. Maybe knowing how fragile, rare, and temporary we are makes every moment more sacred. You are made of atoms forged in ancient stars. Your breath carries molecule once inhaled by pharaohs and poets. Your heart beats on a pale blue dot, a miracle unnoticed by the universe, everything to you. So here you are, in a galaxy you didn't choose, on a planet you didn't pick, living a life that's as brief as a spark, filled with wonder, fear, love, and thought. You are small, but you're aware. You're able to look at the infinite and still ask, what's next? In a universe that may never know your name, you exist. And maybe, just maybe, makes all the difference.